Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk with Annie Miles. This is an empowerment entrepreneur wealth building program. I welcome you guys to come and join me. Who am I looking for? I'm looking for you. I'm looking for wealth builders. I'm looking for those of you that are able to educate, enrich, empower, inspire, motivate others to be better than their best selves. That's what Let's Talk with Annie Miles is all about. I want you to come on if you have any ideas on how you think your community can be made better. I want you to come on and speak to me about any ways you think it will help to make our society more comfortable, more community organized. Because whether you believe it or not, it does not matter about our geographical area. We are all connected. Everything that happens in our world and our society, it affects all of us. And if you don't think that you're a wealth builder, then let me ask you, why not you? Why can't you be the next person to inspire somebody to do something great? If you are a parent, if you are taking care of anyone in your family, if you're taking care of a loved one, if you have a best friend, if you have associates in your classroom, co-workers, anyone that you come in contact with, you can become a wealth builder to them. And most people say, well, Miss Annie, how am I a wealth builder? I don't give money, I don't have money. That's not the only thing wealth is about. Wealth is about your health, your relationship, the way you treat others, helping people to be inspired just by the simpler things in life. You can always do things on a grand scale, but believe it or not, it takes a whole lot of little things to build up to that grandiosity level. So that's what Let's Talk with Annie Miles is going to be about, just one of the things. I want you to come on and talk about sometimes politics. You know, we know there's a lot of things that's going on in our government right now. It's just not about Trump. However, unfortunately, he is there, so we must deal with that as well. But as I say to people, even when Trump was young, his family, his mother and father gave birth to him, they inspired him just as we inspire our own children to be as great as they possibly can be great. And unfortunately, somewhere along the lines, some things got lost in there. So we'll discuss those issues. But then you have to look at those other issues around you as well. You know, how did he get there? Guess what? We helped him get there. You say, well, Miss Annie, I didn't vote for him. Well, guess what? Because you didn't vote for him and you did not vote, then you did help him get there. So there are a lot of issues that we'll be discussing, and it's a non-judgment zone. I want you to come on. I want you to share your voice. Be heard, be seen, make a difference. Why not you? Why can you not be that next person to make a change in someone else's life? And that's what wealth building is about. Again, come on, Let's Talk with Annie Miles. It's an empowerment entrepreneur wealth building program. We will have a live audience so that you'll be able to interact with others that may think like you. I welcome your views. I welcome your participation. I want you to be a part of making your life better, making your quality of life better, making others' lives better. So if there's anything or any product, service, or something you want to share, please reach out, give us a call. I look forward to speaking with you soon. I look forward to talking to you. I hope you tune in, have others tune in, so that we can all make a difference. Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk with Annie Miles. This is a empowerment entrepreneur wealth building program. This show today is about empowering extraordinary women, and that's who we are. Women are here today to help each other, to work together as one, and what I like to call women on a mission. I call it my 5 E's. We enrich, we educate, we empower, we believe in entrepreneurship, and we're extraordinary. So again, thank you to my panel of extraordinary women here with Annie Miles today. Joey, how are you today?
I'm great, Annie. How are you? And thanks for having me on the show.
Thank you so much, and thank you for joining us today.
Absolutely.
So tell us a little bit about, Jody's Gothic Kitchen.
Which show?
Which show, yes.
Well, basically, we do vegan and raw vegan foods, and we're all about health and empowerment through what we put in our bodies to nourish us, because it's the most important, piece of our world is how we nourish our bodies so that we can stay strong and get out there and do the things we need to do.
Absolutely.
So that's what we're up to.
How did you start that? How did it come about?
Actually, I was a very severely overweight firefighter.
Wow.
And yeah, I weighed close to 250 pounds at one point, and I said that's enough. and I started doing some research and realized that all the drugs that they were trying to get me to take to lose weight, all the different so-called diet programs, that they had huge fallacies in them. There were huge problems. And when I found out that the doctors are not trained in this state, but with more than they get 4 hours of nutritional training. That's it. Thousands of hours of pharmacology, 4 hours of nutrition. But yet they understand that every building block of our body is built on what we put into it as our food, as our fuel. Wow. So I started doing some research, and at 2 o'clock in the morning, my children thought I was crazy because I was throwing out everything they knew as food into a dumpster. And at 7 o'clock, I was down at the docks when they opened, and I was buying fruits and vegetables. And they were like, "No, Mom, where's the food?" I'm like, "No, that is food."
But that's
so it was a
very
change.
important.
Yeah,
Yes,
it was a
important.
huge change. Yeah.
Especially when you're doing it with children today,
Yes.
because they need to understand the factors of nutrition. They need
Absolutely.
to understand what they put in their bodies can affect them later on in life as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So I applaud you for that, and thank you.
Thank you.
Again, we have also Pam with us from Florida. How are you today, Pam?
I'm fine, and how are you? Thanks
am
for having me
great.
on the show.
Thank you very much, and thanks for joining us, Extraordinary Women, up here. So tell me a little bit about what you're doing in Florida and community and working with the disabilities.
Okay, we're like an agency that we deal with those that may have autism or maybe have cerebral palsy or Down syndrome or, behavior issues or some things like that. So we deal with them and try to help them to be able to cope through their circumstances that they're going through and deal with them, and to also to be able to help the parents to be able to deal with those type of I wouldn't call it developmental challenges that they go to, and then just continue to show the kids love, and as parents, sometimes it's hard to see maybe a child or something to go through that or even recognize that, but to be that support to be able to help the child and the parent to be able to get through these challenges in their life, and to show them that it's a new, that this is their life and this is a new way of living, so that everybody can be on board, and just help them to make the best out of it.
I love that.
Great.
And I love the fact that you do incorporate it as a family, because that's exactly what it is. And it does give them a better quality of life. So I can applaud and appreciate that a great deal. I did something similar to that in Georgia. We did with community living. But like you said, even though you're working with the disabled, you also want to incorporate their family members as well, because it gives them more empowerment as well. You know, so thank you for that. I appreciate it.
True.
Yes.
And we also have with us today another extraordinary woman, June Ann Lewis. So how are you doing today?
It's excellent, and thank you so much for having me on this show, Annie.
Pleasure to
Yes,
have you.
yes.
Tell me
yeah.
a little bit about the June Ann Show.
Well, the Junaid Lewis Show is actually a transition from Living Wealthy Always, and Living Wealthy Always was a show that I got the vision for that in 2009. I was doing stuff on the internet, and I was going through a transition myself with my own life. And I needed something to empower me, to take me to the next level. And one of the things, as I would listen to my motivational speakers, from Les Brown to Zig Ziglar to Anthony Robbins to name it, those individuals, all of them said, you have to have something to keep you going in some way. And so I choose words, and the word was living wealthy always. And how, when I came up with that, I looked at my environment. What was I doing? Eating, as Jody said, food was very important. Changing my diet and making sure that I ate well. The love of my family, the love of my husband, who's now passed away, he's not here, but the love of all of the things that I had going in my life. I was a real estate agent, I was doing well, and so I determined that I was living wealthy. And so in order for me to keep that going, I literally used the word living wealthy. Well, I started as a group on Facebook, and then I started to do motivational pieces, and I did those pieces. People said, why don't you make this into a show? So I did make it into a show. Now it's transitioned to the June Ann Lewis Show. And the reason for that is because most of the times when I'm speaking about living wealthy, or people hear the word living wealthy, they automatically assume that I'm teaching them about how to make money right then and there.
And that's what I want to get to.
Right, and so I decided, you know what, let's call it the June Ann Lewis Show, because I'm talking about the things about my life, the things that I think is going to empower women, children, families, all of the different things. So that's the reason for that, yes.
Now, I love how each one of you ladies, everything you said, you've transitioned to what this show is about. And it's about being wealth builders. And that's exactly what you
Yes.
are. And I love how you you said, most people think when you say wealth, whether it's living wealthy, anything that has that word wealth in it,
Yes.
they think it's always about a monetary form, and it's not. Okay, your wealth is your family, your health, your relationships, how you treat one another.
Yes.
So I like to call
Yes.
those people that's in the educational field, you know, doctors, people that do things to help others. You're a wealth builder, you know, and I try to explain that so often, you know, to the people I speak with when I do events. I say, you know, you are a wealth builder. If you're someone that believes in helping others to live a better quality of life,
Right.
to live a self-sustainable lifestyle, you are a wealth builder. So I appreciate you ladies so much.
Thank you.
One of the things about Let's Talk with Annie Miles, again, it's an empowerment, entrepreneur, wealth building program. Our main focus is about you getting in touch with yourself, you understanding who you are so you can better communicate with others. We are all connected. We're
Yes.
all connected to one another. And of course, we all know as women, it's hard sometimes for us to, you know, get on that even playing field that's
Yes.
like, I love you and respect you just for being who you are.
Yes.
You know, and it's a no
Right.
judgment zone. And it's hard. If you see a sister walking, you know, and her tag is hanging out, what does it take you to say?
yeah.
Oh my
"I'm gonna quit.
goodness.
Put your tag in," you know?
That
Because
is
that's
so
thank you.
true.
And
So
empower
simple.
each other to do
Yes.
that,
Or
you know?
giving a compliment to a woman when you
Absolutely.
see her dressed
Yes.
well,
Absolutely.
rather than
You
turning
look
your nose and
fabulous.
snobbing her.
Yes.
Give her a
Yes.
compliment. If she looks good, say, you look
Exactly.
beautiful, your shoes is beautiful, your hair is
Absolutely.
beautiful.
This is why
Whatever
I love
it
you
is.
ladies. This is
Yes.
what this is about. This round
Yeah.
table is perfect.
Yeah.
So when we're
Yeah.
here, we can discuss it, you know, amongst each other. But when we leave outside of here, it's so
Practice.
important that we
Yeah.
continue to play that forward. You know,
Yes.
pay it forward to somebody else, to our daughters.
Yes.
You know, our teenage daughters, and even ones that's 3, 4, and as they're coming up, we need to explain to them.
Yes.
It's okay, you know, to be that helper to your friend. If your friend
Yes.
needs help them. You don't have to wait for them to ask.
No.
You know, because sometimes that's what we do. You know, you feel, well, I want to ask. Well, they didn't ask me for, I'm not going to help them. No,
Yeah.
you be that part, that person
Do
in
you
their
need
life that
some
says,
assistance? How
exactly.
can I
Let
help
me
you?
just help you.
Yes.
What do you need? It's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
My
Yes.
grandson, he's a boy, but I teach him that now.
Yes.
You know, because another component we have, and we'll be discussing that as well soon. It's called Brothers Without Boundaries. I want the
Good.
men to come on, you know, and
Yes.
talk to
Oh,
one another.
fantastic.
It's so important that we're connected with one another. It does not matter about our geographical area.
No.
You
Yes.
know?
No.
What you're doing in the community, you're affecting people.
That's
You're
right.
showing them how they can live better. You're showing them how they can get along better with one another. What you're doing, you're teaching them about how important it is to put the correct type of foods inside the
It's
body.
very important.
That nutrition,
Absolutely.
you know.
And to build those blocks.
Yes,
Yes.
and what you're doing, living wealthy.
Yes.
Again, it's not all about monetary. It's about who you are, you know, what you believe in and how you can pass that on to somebody else. And everything else after that, the monetary part, please believe it will come. It will come. So I want to go a little bit more in detail. Tell me some foods that you think of when you're doing your Gotha Kitchen, you know, which show. What main foods that can help with lowering cholesterol and high blood pressure?
Actually, the one thing about fruits and vegetables is almost any of them that you touch are going to do those things. They're all healthy. Even your avocados are going to be healthy fats.
love
They're
guacamole.
totally different from any kind of refined, even unrefined oils are never as good for you as right out of that avocado or eating those sun-dried olives, not those ones in the can. You know, get away from those canned things and even the frozen things. The more, or I should say, the less processing you have on your food, the
Yes.
better. The
Yes.
closer to the way nature or God, whoever you want to, you know, again, religion should not come into it. It's all about, you know, how can we help each other? And those foods are out there. They've been put out there for us. Almost any religion that you look at will tell you that somewhere along the line they start talking about what foods are okay and what are not okay. And that's across the board. And if you start looking, it's pretty similar across the board. We have so much in common. As for foods that'll really help out with like cholesterol lowering, celery. Celery
Yes,
is one of
I've
the
heard of
best thing you can
love
get a hold of.
celery juice. I
So
love
people say,
celery
oh, but it's got such, you know, sodium. I said, well, yeah, but that's natural sodium that your body is meant to handle that. What it's not meant to handle is that white crystals that are full of poison they're selling you in the store. That's what's pulling you through the roof with your readings, with your
What about
blood
because
pressure
I'm
readings.
a home remedy person. I've never been into taking medicine.
Right.
All the time it's absolutely necessary. But anytime we get sick, like a fever or a cold, I'm really into home things. So I love my garlic, my
Absolutely.
whole garlic.
Yes.
You know, even
Yes.
if I have to use garlic powder, something like that. I love my green
Garlic,
peppers,
hot
my onions.
peppers, yeah,
Yes.
any of that will absolutely. There's actually recipes that you can get right online,
Okay.
and it will make a nice hot pepper,
Yes.
kind of like a slush that you let ferment. And I'm telling you, a tablespoon of that a day, and people just don't get sick.
Good for cancers and
It really,
everything.
it's fabulous.
Yes.
It literally will burn those things off. And people are so quick when somebody gets a fever, oh my gosh, where's that Tylenol? Where's that?
That's what I was
Every
gonna get
kind
to.
of poison that you can imagine. When really, if they would leave it alone, that's your body's defense. That's your body trying to fight off what it is. And when you pull that down, you're opening doors to pathogens that you
Yes.
can't even imagine.
Jody, you're so correct. Because with my daughters, when they used to get fevers, I never gave them all that medicine, like the Tylenol.
Right.
What I would actually do, I would give them a nice bath. I would wrap them, and believe it or not, I would take a piece of onion.
Yes.
You know, and cut the onion and put it up under their feet.
Yep, on the
Put the
feet.
socks
It
on,
pulls the
and
poisons
it
out.
yes, it does.
Yes.
It
Yes.
draws that
Absolutely.
fever
As
out
well.
of their body. They
Yeah.
wake up, the fever's
Wow.
broken and
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
And for those that have allergies, because I used to have it real bad. Again, I didn't take no allergy medicine, Claritin, and all
Yep.
that stuff.
We don't
I would
either.
get me some chicken broth.
Yep.
I would get me some whole garlic and some onions, and I would let it simmer, and I would just drink that. And it literally does clean out your pores and everything.
Yeah.
So you can do a lot of home
yeah.
remedies to make
Yeah.
your body so
Yeah.
much
Yes.
healthier as opposed
Yeah.
to taking all this medication.
Yeah.
So,
So much
again,
better.
this is an extraordinary
Yes.
woman. She's on a mission of teaching people how to live better. So I love that. Tell me some of the things that if we do see others in the community that may have some disablement, how we can help them. Even if we're not in the medical field, what are some things that we can do to help them?
You can just pretty much, I guess, kind of feel them out and talk to them and everything, and also commend them for the job that you see them doing with their kids and everything. You know, some people, they like to be encouraged because it is a
Absolutely.
difficult
Right.
job. It is a hard
Right.
job, but
Yeah.
you know, just to kind of be like that support and everything. Like, I like the way you deal with the thing. You're doing a good job.
Yes.
Stuff like that.
What are some of the key things that when you are dealing with someone that has a disabled that you find as a overall fact that they love being encouraged to be self-sufficient? Do you find that to be true?
Yes, they do. They do. Yeah, you see that a lot. Once they come to the understanding and know what they're dealing with, then pretty much it's it's good from there.
Good.
So to be the my words are getting tangled up.
That's
but-
okay. That's okay. I understand what you're saying. So that's good. So Junae, okay, since we now know, even though it's the Junae and Lewis show, the concept, of course, is still the same. We're teaching
Right.
people how to live,
Right.
living wealthy
Right.
and everything.
Right.
So what are some of the key points that you'll be pointing out on your show?
Well, one of the things that I do, and it's several, but one of the main things that I do, I like to point out the fact that money is not the main thing for wealth. But it's the family, love, spirituality, and all of the components that go with it, your health majorly. And if you're happy at the end of the day, regardless if you have $25,000 in the bank, $1,000, $1 million, whatever it is that you have. So that's the first thing, getting people with that mindset
Yes,
that
yes.
it is more than just money, and wealth is encompassed of everything that takes us to our happiness. And our happiness comes from the fact that we're healthy, the fact that we have a family, the fact that we have love, the fact that we have maybe finances, and finances is important as well. So I don't want to take that away, because if you don't have money, nothing is happening. But the amount of money is the important thing. Whatever it is that makes you happy, if it's $25,000, whatever it is, that's what it is. If you have the love, you have the family, you have everything, that's the component that put it together. What I do is travel around, and I go around the world, and I have to say world because my vision is so big, because on the Junae and Lewis show, we will be traveling more than, first it was the West Indies and the Caribbean basically that I would travel to, and around the US, but now I'm expanding it to Europe and all of those places. If I find the people that are living that type of life, a lot of times I'm watching television, I'm watching something, and there's somebody who's living that life, who truly is genuinely healthy, they're happy, they're at that level where they need to be, I reach out to that person. And even if I don't, and I have other people that are doing things like yourself, that are encouraging others, that are making sure that people along the way, you bring them along and encouraging them and empowering them with wisdom and knowledge and information, that's the type of person that I want to reach out to. So that's the main premise of the show, is to show people that, and I've got people that had nothing and then came to something. And I've got a testimony like that. So sometimes I bring my testimony in to focus.
Well, we have to
of-
bring our
yes,
testimony
yeah,
in.
so that
That's
people
one of-
can.
That's one of the reasons why I started the show, Let's Talk with Annie Miles.
Right.
I have been doing this since the age of 17. I don't mind saying my age, because sometimes women don't want to say age. I'm proud to say I'm 50 years young, okay? I'm a grandmother of 4. I have 2 daughters. But I started this years ago on public access. And at that time, I had no idea, because this was the late 80s. I had no idea what I was doing. But I didn't know I was always being a resource for others.
That's right.
So I will bring people on this show. If you have a product or service, something you want to promote, even if you want to talk about the issues that were in your community, I wanted you to come on and have your voice be heard. Because you may have something going on and somebody else may have the same thing, but they don't know how to come forward. They don't know how to speak about it.
Right,
You know,
right.
so you have to take all that. I'm transparent with that as well.
Yeah.
That's what caused me to start my 501c3 nonprofit organization called Family Wealth and Success Corporation. It's all encompassed in that.
Yeah,
You know, and
yeah.
like I said, it's not all about religion, but of course, my highest spirit, I put God first.
Sure.
You know, then I have my family, then there's wealth, and to me, that's success. So that's where that name came from, Family Wealth and Success Corporation. You know, and I have those words together. And most people say, well, Miss Annie, where'd that come from? And I explained to them, that's how I raised my family, you know, to understand what that means. So when you do that and you branch out, it becomes that mindset is just automatic. You know, you don't even be trying to do it. You just find out that people are coming to you saying, what can I do? You know, how can I do this? Where do I need to go? And you find yourself being a resource. So I thank you, ladies, because you're wealth builders. You're helping to empower others. I welcome you to come on Let's Talk with Annie Miles. Again, it's an entrepreneur empowerment wealth building program. Come on, promote your product. If you have a service, if you have a show, anything that you want to speak about and you want to share, please come on and let us help you have your voice be heard. You can reach me at 813-846-8669. If you want to send me an email, you can email me at fwascorp1@gmail.com. It's the initial of the name that produces this program. fwascorp1@gmail.com. So ladies, I want to ask you again, as you decide to step out and continue to help others, tell me what are something, if you can give me one word to describe that feeling when you know that you've helped to empower somebody else, you know, what would that word be? Pam?
Joy.
Love it.
Love. Yeah.
I have to say a feeling of euphoria.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
And not to cut you, that comes from me working in the sales environment. That was my feeling. Every single time I made a difference in somebody's life, I had a feeling of euphoria.
I
Yes.
like that. I'm going to say for me, it has been actually just extraordinary. And I say this because I've helped people in so many different aspects of their lives, but just recently, I reached out to someone that I helped to them to have a better quality of life, and they contacted me on the phone. And I had not spoken to them and never physically seen them. We've never seen one another. We've only spoken on the phone. And she said to me, Miss Annie, I want you to know I made it. I did it. And I was like, congratulations, you know. And even though, this is the part that was important for me, even though I had not physically seen this person and had only spoken to them, okay, and had not spoken to her in almost a year and a half, the fact that when she heard my voice, I heard that same joy, that excitement, that
Wow.
encouragement. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm talking to you.
Yes.
And I told her, I said, you have no idea right now, you have me smiling. Because I'm thankful. Because now that I know you've reached that journey, even though if I never see her, I know I played a part in one person's life being better.
Yes.
Yes.
So to me,
Moving
that's an
to another
extraordinary
level.
feeling, and I love it. And when I say we serve such a higher power, if we only understood it more, we are all connected. If I had to get any message out with people when I say, come, let's talk with Annie Miles, my message is, why not you? You are a
Yes.
wealth builder.
Yes.
Why won't you be the one to empower someone else, inspire, motivate? Because you can. It's a mindset. It's a fact of understanding all the power that you have from within.
Yes.
I wrote a book in August 2017, and it's called Back to the Basics Life Enrichment Guide. And that book is solely about you. It's solely about you finding out who you are. Because once you understand who you truly are and the power that you hold within, you'll understand it's so easy to spread that love to others.
Yes.
It has nothing to do with your religion. It has nothing to do with your geographical area.
right.
It has nothing to do with you're male, female. It has nothing to do with anything else other than who you truly are from within. And who you are, you was asking me, you are a wealth builder. You are someone who has the capabilities to empower and inspire others to be better than their best selves. So again, please come on, let's talk with Annie Miles. Again, it's an empowerment entrepreneur wealth building program. I want you to come on. I want you to promote yourself, promote a service, talk about some issues that are going on in your community. Come join us at this round table.
Yes.
Come join
Lots
us with
of
these
room
other
here.
extraordinary women. Come be a part of that mission that we're going to have, which is Women on a Mission. Men, I want you to come and join us. Be brothers without boundaries. Help another young man find his path. If you've erred in your life, that's great, because guess what? That's what you learn from, your trial and tribulations. That defines and builds that character for you, and then you pass that on. So Pam, before we close out, I want to ask you, for you, what's your next step on being a wealth builder? What's your next, where do you see yourself going?
Well, hopefully I want to be able to spread and share the knowledge and understanding that I have about Simply Life to everybody in the world, anybody that was willing to listen.
Thank you. We appreciate that, Jody.
Well, we're going to have the Gothic Kitchen Witch show up and coming very shortly. We do have a YouTube channel up, so please feel free to go on to YouTube and hit Gothic Kitchen Witch. We don't have a lot up yet, but hit subscribe because there's a ton coming very shortly.
Excellent.
And there's going to be a lot of empowering on health and how to grow your health and how to help others, and that's our mission. We are just putting in our 501c3 paperwork.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So
Great.
yes,
Good job.
absolutely.
Wow, congratulations.
Yes. So
Yes.
what's coming up for you?
Well, for me, it's taking the show from local TV onto the mainstream and reaching people and having guests such as like yourself to help motivate individuals around the world to let them see that nothing, regardless in life, wherever you are, you have the ability to change it once you change your mindset.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
So I want you to remember, let's talk with Annie Miles. If you remember anything else, remember the 5 E's. Okay, we're founded and grounded on that. Okay, we believe in enriching lives. We believe in educating lives. We believe in empowering people's lives. Okay, we also believe in entrepreneurship because you can grow. You don't have to
you
work
can.
for someone else. You can be your
Yes.
greatest self. You can
right.
be your employer to help empower other people. Please come and join us and become one of those 5 E, an extraordinary person. Okay, those 5 E's is what makes a wealth builder. So we welcome you again to come on. Let's talk with Annie Miles, an empowerment entrepreneur wealth building program. You can reach me at 813-846-8669. Our email address is fwascorp1@gmail.com. You can also find us on YouTube, so please feel free to subscribe to us as well. You'll be seeing many shows coming on as well as the radio show. And we look forward to you at our next roundtable. Thank you for joining us, Wealth Builders.